Hello! So, the Super Mario Bros. Movie is finally out in theaters and IMAX screens alike. Well, actually, it came out like several days ago and has already broken multiple records, but here I am just finally getting to my review of it, so yeah, I know. Don't make it awkward. And if you still haven't checked out the movie in theaters and want to know if you should check it out on the big old IMAX screen, well, let's get into it. We'll first start by talking about the movie, which I personally had a ton of fun with. Unlike several critics on the Tomato app apparently, I've been a pretty big Mario fan for most of my life, as you can see by my copy of Super Mario Bros. Duck Hunt, as well as the standalone Super Mario Bros. 1, as well as Super Mario Bros. 3. I don't have Super Mario Bros. 2 because, hey, it's technically not even a Mario game anyway. But I think a lot of the appeal of this movie is going to be all the references to nearly every game in the series, plus just Nintendo in general. On top of that, there's just so much lore and world building going on that just made me smile throughout the entire thing. I especially loved how they explained like the power blocks and the different power-ups, and just how it all fits into this very video gamey world without trying to ground it in reality. But of course, the movie is not good just because it has references. The voice cast itself was actually pretty great. I was only a little on the fence when it came to Chris Pratt voicing Mario, but after the first 10 seconds of him speaking, I no longer heard Chris Pratt, and I only heard Mario. So I'm like, okay. Good job, Chris Pratt. We still need to see how he does with Garfield next year, so you're not off the hook yet. The standout, of course, is Jack Black as Bowser, who just verbally chews up the scenery every time he's on screen. Especially during the couple musical numbers he has, which were some of the funniest moments in the entire movie. I won't pretend like this movie is perfect, though. It doesn't do anything groundbreaking as far as story and plot and character development for family-friendly animated movies and such, and also the pacing is just a bit too rushed. The movie's only an hour and a half long, but I think it could have definitely benefited from maybe an extra 5 to 10 minutes, just so everything can just breathe a little bit, because it goes like that. That all being said, this is an incredibly fun movie that you really just shouldn't take that seriously to begin with, because at the end of the day, it's based on a video game about a plumber who jumps on turtles and eats weird mushrooms and makes them grow. Although, like I mentioned on my Twitter, I think it'd be hilarious if with the sequel to this movie, they just pulled a Super Mario Bros. 2 and just reskin an upcoming Illumination movie with Mario characters, but say nothing about it. That would be hilarious. But with all that out of the way, let's finally get into the IMAX experience. This is an animated movie, of course, so we can't talk about the camera it was filmed on, because that's not how animation works anymore. But visually, the movie is so vibrant and colorful. Getting to see the Mushroom Kingdom in IMAX was so surreal because of, again, how the video game elements were translated into 3D. Of course, it's not like Pandora levels of immersive, but hey, what is? The massive screen does also help with finding all those various Easter eggs throughout, like there's a Punch-Out themed bar with a picture of Soda Popinski on the wall, cool stuff like that. My favorite sequence in IMAX was a tie between the stuff with the Kong Kingdom and Rainbow Road, where everyone just goes Mario Kart mode. Fast and Furious style spin-off Mario Kart movie when? The soundtrack itself is chock full of classic Mario themes given the proper cinematic treatment, which the IMAX speakers just make you feel the nostalgia in your bone holes, especially one that was used in the final battle, which I won't spoil for you, but just that is why we go to the movies, ladies and gentlemen. My only gripe is that the movie never fills the entire IMAX screen, just stays to one aspect ratio, which I've talked about here and there in the past, which ultimately, it doesn't hinder the experience too much as long as there's plenty of visual appeal going on, and well, with the Mushroom Kingdom and all the colors and all the references and all the fun characters, I think it definitely makes up for it. Overall, the Super Mario Bros. Movie needs to be cut some slack because it is a truly entertaining tribute to all the games that we grew up with, and I can't wait to see what they do with more movies in the future. As for the IMAX experience, I'm going to say that yes, it is absolutely worth checking out in IMAX. Go see it with the big screen, see it with a big crowd, and you're going to have a blast. Unless you just don't like fun, in which case, fix yourself, fool. But if you want to see how another movie looked in IMAX, I got just the thing right over here. Otherwise, subscribe if you live talking by movies, and we'll see you on the Brockopp Side.